I needed like subtitles and shit.
Putangina shit. Hey, how you get so tall?
I wish, dude. I couldn't understand the thing. She could be right up in my ear. There's no music or anything playing or anything. She'd be right up in my ear, and I just have no idea what the hell she's saying.
Maybe she's not saying anything. She's like, hey, watch me fuck with this guy.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Careful Boys, where we have a white guy with us.
Thanks.
White guy! Say it ain't so.
I will not go.
Turn the lights off.
Carry na 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 na.
We're gonna get demonetized now. How sick we are at singing.
Yeah. It's just too close.
Yeah. It's really important that you're white because here's a question for us all, but of course you're gonna
Could you represent all of white?
I speak for white America.
white even like H in front of the dub. Mm-hmm. All right. So in your opinion, who are the most whitewashed Asians?
The most.
Who are the fuckboy ones?
Who are the fuckboys?
The K-pop boys.
K-pop boys?
They literally look like ghosts.
They're whitewashed because they're K-pop?
No, he's literally just talking about their skin.
Color, yeah.
They look like ghosts.
They look like they've been like whitewashed.
Oh, that's very literal. I like that.
Like they got their faces scrubbed, pour bleach.
So even though they're the most Asian acting.
No, but they make us whites jealous.
Oh.
Because they're whiter than
Because I can't get that white. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wish I could get that white, but I can't.
they're so white they're
I
transparent.
thought white people want to be tanner.
Yeah. No, we want to be hella more white.
We want to be so white.
Didn't expect that.
So white.
But this might be a really ignorant question, but like, you know how like in the Filipino culture, for example, right? They do have a very distinct like, the more fair skinned you are, the better.
The higher class, right?
Because like, you know, if you're darker skinned, if you're tanned, it's probably because you work in the fields. You're not as like, you know, upper echelon of human. You know, you're scum of the earth type shit. Right.
Jeez.
Is there any feeling or thought about like skin color here that's like ever been? Because now I think we're Americanized Western culture has been like the more tan you are, the more desirable,
The more healthy or whatever you look. Or I don't know. You're talking about from a white perspective?
Yeah, like are you more or less attracted to a certain type of, hypothetically if it was white skin, do you find like pale white like less attractive?
So true story, I don't like it when chicks glow in the dark. You know what I mean? When you're with a chick and she's naked in the room and you can basically see her, like even when you break all the lights in the room, like you can still see her. Like I'm not into that much.
You don't
That happens.
You don't think there's
White girls
utility?
be a bounce board, dude.
Yeah, legit, dude. It's like no, but it's like it's like night vision. They can find all the fucking light just finds their bodies, like even when there's no light in the room.
So, my wife is a glower. Mm-hmm. She's
one of the glow ones you're talking about?
No, because we were all night swimming and we're like, it was a full moon. And then I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, we can all see you.
She's like bioluminescent.
It's crazy.
But that's what he's talking about is like the night glowers.
Mm-hmm. They glow in the dark. I'm not kidding.
Night glowers.
But you like glowers?
I didn't know about that thing, but I think it's also a stereotype that Japanese guys like redheads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. Like
What?
Yeah.
Are there even enough?
Well, in
redheads?
Japan, and like
No idea.
I just like that it pisses people off that you got with a white chick at all. That's my favorite.
But the funny thing is, looking into the white world
Yeah.
and what they make fun of each other for is not what we think it is. Like the whole pasty shit, and the more white you are, it's like actually not good. Like how he doesn't like the glowy dark thing, right? Whereas Asians, it's like the more pasty and glowy you are, the better.
But I recognize the nobility of the whitest skin.
Oh.
Even amongst white people?
Yeah. I recognize that like they're probably rich as hell.
Whoa.
But you know what? It's the white without the freckle though.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy if actually the palest white people are like nobility.
Yeah. Well, that's how, isn't it how it used to be like
The powdery whites.
wigs and all the powder all over and shit? It was like seen as like, or even when you were used to be fat, like you're seen as rich.
Yeah. Fat was rich, yeah.
Fair skin was like, oh, she's like really pretty.
Now fat's just American.
Yeah, legit.
What about not the most whitewashed Asian? which Asian do you think is the most white adjacent?
Why adjacent?
Because that's the thing, right? People are like, oh, I think the Asians are white adjacent. They're not a minority. Whatever.
Yeah, that's when everybody's doing the minority Olympics.
People
So
say that all the
I
time.
would say Chinese people.
They're the most white adjacent.
Yeah, because I think all the stuff that you talk about, like about Asian people, I see that with white trash people.
White trash adjacent.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe it's like
Like when he's
Koreans are like white upper class adjacent, and then Chinese is like white trash adjacent.
Well, because specifically what Bart talks about with examples that I had never really noticed before, and then Bart's like people who are cutting you off in Costco and they're like cutting you off in traffic. I'm like, oh, white trash are just like that.
Yeah.
Like those type of the Chinese people that do that.
but those Chinese people aren't white trash adjacent. It's just that Chinese people and those white people are just trash adjacent.
They're both in the trash.
That makes sense.
That's completely different. They're trash.
But like you're a Chinese person, and I would say you're one of the classier people. So it doesn't quite. I can't quite go. All that race is that. You know what I'm saying?
Which nobody should, but
If I
yes.
knew only Bart, I'd be like, oh, I can see that.
If you lived in Alhambra for a year, you'll know what I'm talking about.
If you only knew Bart.
Yeah.
To be fair, Bart is like 10x more Chinese than I am.
I know.
Thus, he like speaks the language. I'm Chinese by blood, but like my parents were born in Vietnam, so I'm actually more Vietnamese cultured.
Yeah.
So like I'm just confused.
But you like kind of float into a room, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
A ghost.
Yeah, like you float
Like
into
a glow in the dark at night.
Like you're just, I don't know, dude. You're just a smooth dude, and this guy just lumbers into a room, walks into shit.
It's true.
Yeah.
He stumbles in.
Who do you think is the most
Chinese feet.
white adjacent or whitewashed Asian?
So funny.
The most white adjacent, I would have to say, from my perspective, it felt like those like fourth generation Japanese dudes.
Because they're basically just white people, but with Asian skin.
That's like Steve Tirado. He's like fourth gen.
Yeah.
I remember even as a kid,
They're the most American.
I remember I would hear my friends that were like fourth generation like Japanese, and they spoke the way like my white friends' dads did. Like they already have hey, good morning, how you doing? I'm doing real good. How about, or I don't even know why I started going so, but like this, they just have like like that kind of thing, and I'm like, you're fucking 9 years old. What the fuck?
And their name's like Rick.
Yeah, like they're just they have like this like like drinking my cup of Joe. Like they're all like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, my aunt used to say program like an old white lady.
Program.
I was watching a program. And like I'm like, what the fuck? Barely spoke Japanese. Like I'm saying like
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of that little white kid? He's like probably 6 years old, and he's got his shirt off, and he's outside, and he's standing in front of a lawnmower, and he's like, yep, and he starts stretching. He's like, gotta get to it. Like that is just sick. Like that is just something that you watched your parents do a bunch and you just copied.
That's tight.
Yeah, it's tight.
Okay, so if you were to take out like multiple generations, because that makes a lot of sense, is absolutely probably the best answer. But that means you're like more American than you are Japanese at that point.
But I've met other ethnicities and they're not as that though.
yeah, like I have friends who are like third, fourth generation. Like I have a Chinese friend that's like an old school East Coast Chinese. Like their family came in the 1800s, like old school, like that era. But he still knows how to speak Cantonese. And it's because every single year, every generation, they marry Chinese wives from China that keep the culture. So they teach the language to the next generation. Whereas Japanese is like, after the camps, they're like, we're not speaking Japanese. We're not doing none of that. We're going to be Americanized because we don't want to be back in the camps. So that's what happened.
Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
I will say Nikki's Filipino side, like those guys, when I first met them, because they have a big family, and they're like, oh, you're about to see like what it's like on the brown side, and it's exactly like my white.
That's so funny.
Everyone's just Americanized. Like they're a bunch of Navy military kids. Like they just totally assimilated when they came here. Yeah. And Nikki's grandma like was very obsessed with like you're Americans, and so
What would you say is the biggest cultural difference?
brother.
Karaoke in the living room.
In the garage, they had a Filipino flag. But they had a bigger American flag.
Who has a better sense of humor?
Better sense of humor?
'Cause I feel like Filipinos all know how to have a good time.
I think they're all really fun. Yeah. I mean, I feel like because I'm around that, I would say them for sure because I'm around it all the time. Like Nikki's dad's hilarious. Like, but he doesn't know that he's hilarious.
That's the best kind of funny.
But when he's actually trying to do a joke, that's when it doesn't work. But when he's just being himself, he's really fun.
Is his accent like halfway between like American?
No, it's a complete American accent.
All the way completely.
Complete American. Yeah. And but the mom, like Nikki's grandma, Filipino grandma, it was like listening to it. It was like watching a Star Wars movie to me because I wasn't used to it like at all. So it took me a while to like.
Good to see you, Steven.
Bro, I wish it was so thick. I wish I could I needed like subtitles and shit.
Putangina shit.
Hey, how you get so tall?
I wish, dude. I couldn't understand the thing. She could be right up in my ear. There's no music or anything playing or anything. She'd be right up in my ear, and I just have no idea what the hell she's saying.
Maybe she's not saying anything. She's like, hey, watch me fuck with this guy.
It could be.
I think there's definitely there are some from my memory, like growing up, there are some Filipino girls that are so Americanized, you would think that's just a white girl.
Yeah.
You guys remember those?
Like visually too?
Like you're looking at a Filipino girl, she's talking to you, but it feels so like a white girl because they're so far removed from like anything Filipino.
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of us were raised. We were raised to like be bully proof. Like, no, you're not gonna walk in there with that accent. So then we just grew up mad white. And then some of those girls are so into like American culture to the point where they don't even see themselves.
They're
that
like the
differently.
token Asian girl in the sorority.
Yeah,
But it's the
yeah.
Filipino girl
Exactly.
that's raised all white.
They're like Bring It On Filipino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Bring It On had a Filipino girl in that like thing, and it's just like, oh, there's that weird like cheerleader Filipino-ist kind of thing that you don't even. To me, that's the most white adjacent I've experienced firsthand.
Yeah.
Because Korean people, even though they seem white, they still speak Korean, or they have KP pride, or they
That's
just hang out with
true.
Koreans. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
there was a lot of Filipino girls that were just their whole friend group was like sorority whites and then them, and I was like,
Because I know what you're talking about, but like in majority general, I feel like Filipinos were growing up, they were more like the blacks of Asia.
I think that's also true.
That's
still.
true.
So like
They got the
But
most
it's like
swag.
having
They love basketball.
It was like
they-
having a token black friend, but it was a Filipino version of that.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was like
I think
that,
Filipinos are the most diverse because you got a Chinese looking Filipino and a jungle ass looking Filipino, and they're still the same group, right? And then then they go full on white Filipino, they go full on black like Oakland hood Filipino, and then they can be like they could represent all of these different races but still be Filipino.
I think that's the thing is like obviously affluence makes anybody look white.
Yeah.
But like Filipino affluence at the highest level just looks so white to me. You know? But then like obviously if you're from Carson or from freaking, you know, shit like that, you definitely are like a cooler Filipino.
cool Filipinos.
Ratchet Filipino.
Another thing, that actual difference where I was like, whoa, that's kind of different. Like Nikki's dad will make spaghetti or something, and then he'll make rice with it.
Yeah.
So like separate rice. So he just
You mean like you eat the spaghetti with rice?
With a carb.
carb with the carb. So he'll just, but it's separate. He doesn't put it in the spaghetti. He just like
It's a side.
always has rice with everything.
What do you mean like you eat the
Always have
spaghetti
rice
and then you have a
everything,
scoop of rice with it?
Didn't Jollibee do that?
Yeah, Jollibee does that.
Yeah, but like I had never seen that.
My uncle would bring rice with him to like amusement parks because he knew they wouldn't have it there when we ordered pizza.
Oh yeah, my mom would too.
Yeah.
But usually sticky rice.
Yeah, they just bring rice everywhere. That
Wait,
they know
so
they won't
when he
have it.
goes and he gets a slice of pizza, he also takes a spoon of rice with his pizza?
It's like you just have to have it as a palate cleanser. Exactly. Yeah. It makes you enjoy whatever you're really eating.
And it makes you fat.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
But
funny.
tangina good.
You know that shit.